Grana Weepenibong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today it's Transformers action figure related because Hasbro have finally released, can we read it? What does that say? Heroquest! Yes! Finally, it's been sent to me. I finally have my Heroquest from Zavi. They sent me no information at all, telling me to expect it apart from it might come into their warehouse before the end of November, but instead it ended up straight at my gaff. Super happy. Can't wait. Let's get this unboxing underway. I've opened the box just to make sure everything's there, but I've not opened any of the packages inside, so we'll enjoy this together. So first of all, let's check a look at the outside box. I know some people really care about this stuff, so outside, Hasbro, toys, games, One Piece, Heroquest, Mythic tier, Avalon Hill. It has its weight and stuff and things. This end up. This side, games, One Piece. This side, games, F3649. Yeah, and then the other side, games and stuff. Alright, that's the packaging box. Inside the thing, everything's packed quite neatly. Quite nice. There was some packaging over the top here so that when you cut into it, don't worry about cutting into the game system because there's like another piece of cardboard and everything that goes over, so nothing will get damaged. But let's check a look, get everything out now. Oh, look at that bad boy. That's a big one. That's a big box. And then we got another box. And another two boxes right there. All right, so now we've got everything out of the box. We can check a look at everything. As I say, I've not really opened any of these boxes, and what a pile of treasure we have here. So let's start with the actual game system itself. So the box, as always, the box art for this is absolutely outstanding. Trusty scissors in hand, I'll take my blade and I will slice. There's one. Oh, let's try to not mark up the box too badly. Yep, there's that one. On to the side. And then finally, grab this one down the bottom. All right, so with that all open, let's take the lid off. Ooh, that suction. Good vacuum here on the box. Awesome. Lid off, and we open it up and it looks exactly the same again. So I guess there's something else that we need to take off here. So this is alright. Okay, so this is cool. So things are in trays this time now. I remember I was saying to my dad before, I called my dad and I was talking to him about HeroQuest. He was always the games master, my dad, when we used to play this. And before we had a very thin box when it came to HeroQuest. This one's a lot thicker, and this is because it's coming in trays. So we have tray 1, which we'll check a look at in a second. And we have tray 2. This one's heavier. And then we have the games board. We also have all of the little tokens, and we have the board to hide everything behind. So if you are playing as Zargon, this is what you can hide all of the data behind, all of the instructions for the game. And then here, is this just a filler piece, or is there anything actually in this? No, that's a white filler piece. Okay, so it didn't need to be quite as deep as they made it. Put this down. So opening up this paper here, I think we can just kind of open this and then rip this section open here as well. Get rid of the old paperwork. So with the paperwork open, I don't remember him having all of these kind of instructions behind his kind of shield. I don't remember all of this, so it's talking about a bit of a breakdown, I guess, of the destructions here for all of the players. Players may control one or more hero figures. Ooh, I think that's new. Ooh, interesting. So they've changed a few different things, talking about the actions here as well. Then, nice, quick and easy chart here for if you need to know how much each of your players, if you are playing as this dude, as the evil wizard, it's going to tell you how much you've got mind control points, square movement points, all of that is cool. Very good combat summary, so that's really nice. I don't believe this was all here before, but I think that really helps whoever's going to be your keeper. And then we get the outstanding, beautiful artwork here. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. I actually think, and I'm going to go out on a limb, I think this is better than the original one. Let me know what your thoughts are on that one down in the comments. I'm sure that will be probably a little bit controversial. We then have these, so if for those of you who have played before, you'll know that when I separate all of these off, this is for traps, secret passages, because you can search for those in the rooms, and then we also have these traps and everything, so we know if you're Zargon, you know where all of these are. I cannot for the life of me remember what this is, so we'll have to check a look at that later on when I actually get to play the game. The best place to check that will be in the Heroquest rulebook. So the Heroquest rulebook here, how many pages long is this? 23 pages long with some game notes in here as well. Very, very cool. I'll be reading this from cover to cover later on. I can't wait for that. That's absolutely awesome. All about what makes the games unique, what's in there, how to set up the game. So if you're Zargon, this is how you need to set up the game, looking for everything. Very, very, very cool. Meanings for all the cards, placing the characters down, all of this. Monster cards, treasure cards, artifact cards, dread spell cards, where to place things. Absolutely awesome. Character bio sheets. I haven't found my character bio sheets yet. I wonder where they are. I was looking for these. I remember these from back in the day. They were so cool. You get to make up an awesome looking name for your characters as well. Hero spell cards, air, fire, water, earth. No change there from what they were. I wonder if they have made any new spells. That's really cool. Glimpse into the world of Heroquest here. A little bit of story time here about what Heroquest is and what's going on. And that gargoyle. Super cool. Super cool. Not sure where I stand on the new gargoyle, if I'm honest. The old gargoyle looked like a corn blood demon. This one, obviously for obvious reasons, not so much. Begin a quest, talking about how we're going to begin a quest. Read from the parchment, all that story time at the beginning. Very, very cool. Hero's turn, what they do, and then on Zargon's turn, what they do. Hero actions, how to fight, how to do all of these kind of things as well, how to attack, Sculpt, all of the different destructions here with the awesome artwork as we go through. Absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait to jump into this. Nice. Look at that. Just a thing of absolute beauty. I love whoever's done this new artwork. Some people may not like it. For me, I like it. So then the most important thing, the actual quest book itself. Gorgeous, beautiful. I remember this being brown during the day. Back in the day, I remember this being proper brown. So yeah, now it's not. And then it's the quest book, same artwork here. Really nice introduction here into the world of Heroquest as well. And then the first one that we get to, the trial. The way that this works, for anybody who doesn't know, if you are Zargon, you will sit behind your wall of solitude here, and you'll sit like this with the map in front of you, and then as people go around on the board, you will place these tiles down in different areas and place your monsters and control the monsters. You'll also read this story to everybody, and then there's some certain notes and things like that around what people can find, especially if they search for traps and stuff like that. So big tip, if you do not want to play as Zargon, don't look at this book at all. Like, seriously, you'll only ruin it for yourself, because the answers to all of the quests basically are here. So if you have just picked this up but you never plan on playing as Zargon, don't read this book. It'll just ruin everything for you. There are 14 quests. I'll just check it very quickly. There are 14 quests. You can see there's the final quest. 14 quests, and then also space at the back to make your own quest if you would like. And you can always photocopy, it's like the 80s or something. You can photocopy your own and then make them as well. We then have a little description here of every single one of the monsters and the dread warriors and everything here. Very, very, very cool little character bios there at the back, and then more awesome artwork of Zargon himself. Now we come to another important section, which is the board. So the board comes all folded up, and then we can unfold the board. So it opens up like so, and then it opens up like so, and just about fits inside my booth. And it is beautiful. An absolutely stunning rendition. Really bright, vibrant colours. Gorgeous. And this board forms the basis of every single one of your adventures in the world of Heroquest. Zargon just changes the rooms, changes the traps. So sometimes you get something to cover the whole of this to make it look a little bit different. But this is the basis for every single one of your adventures. Very much feels like a very high quality board. And then at the side here, where we can see, we have the word Heroquest down the side there as well. This is an awesome looking board. Very similar to how I remember it. I don't believe they've made too many changes here. I haven't got the board anymore from my old version to be able to put it next to, so I'm sure someone down in the comments will say it's nothing like the old board, but to me it kind of looks like the old board. I'm very, very, very bringing back some very nostalgic memories of playing this with my family. Now let's check a look at one of the most important things about Heroquest. I believe inside here is going to be some figures. So, amazing artwork here. Nothing on the back. We just get the 2021 Hasbro here on the side. So I think I can just slide it out. So this is not figures. I say something should be figures, but it's not figures. This is actually one of the best updates I think that they've done to Heroquest, which is the fact that they've now made all of the furniture fully plastic. So I'll just pull out a door. So this is a door. In Heroquest, on the board, you'll set up one of these so people know where they have to enter each one of the segments. This used to be a little piece of plastic with a card fixed inside it. Now, although that added full colour to each element, true, what it meant was after a time it would all bend and crack and look crap. This is a beautifully sculpted plastic door that I would say is now going to stand the test of time and looks outstanding. We have this really nice crafted kind of face there, really beautiful door knockers, all ready for me to paint and ruin. That's one thing that will definitely happen to this set. I will paint it and it will look worse than it looks now because my painting is atrocious. I'm actually starting to wonder how much I'm going to paint and how much I'm not, because the thought of me painting any of these beautifully sculpted things scares the life out of me because I'm just not good at it. We then have the fireplace again. This has been replaced because the old fireplace was just some card. Some lovely sculpted knights on the side and this kind of flame. This is like an add-on piece that I think must be glued there. It looks like it's made from a slightly different plastic to the back. We have the painting here as well. I think on the original that had a picture of Zargon on it, I believe. On the back we get the lovely brick wall, so they put a lot of thought and effort into the sculpting, and this is actually, for plastic, this is actually quite a heavy solid piece. Very, very nice. Then we get a bookcase. So the bookcase here, the bookcase was originally, again, plastic with card. And this is now a sculpted piece of plastic with some nice wood effects. Very nice and brown, which is fantastic because it means I don't have to paint too much of it. I can just leave most of it brown. Maybe get some gold. Ooh, go on, focus. Maybe get some gold in on these elements here just to set it off. And then we can see like this is a rendition of what it was when it was the card. So we get the skull in the back. Kind of, was there a rat skull? I'm trying to remember, sheep or a rat skull or something with all of those books as well. Really nicely carved, really nicely done. Then in the back here, we get the medicine cupboard. Medicine cupboard looking awesome. Again, just needs some kind of painting going on here. And again, with these brass knockers. And the back fully sculpted up with wood. They could have just left this plastic. They really could have. But it's good that they've actually gone all in and done something on the back as well. We can then check a little look at this tomb here. So this tomb of a warrior. Again, this was cardboard previously. Really nicely sculpted. And I think, yep, you can even open the tomb at this point, so that's pretty cool that you can open it. The carving on this and the molding is pretty nice as well, so very, very nice. Again, quite a nice weight. Yeah, obviously it's hollow, but quite a nice weight to that one. We do have something that did seem to escape the molded. I've put that in back in wrong, you don't want to do that. Something that's escaped the holes here, which is these little skulls. Now remember these because you apply these to certain parts of this. So these are some pushing skulls and some rat skulls as well that you can kind of put in there as well. So these are just some skulls that we will add to different furniture pieces. Treasure chest, treasure chest, treasure chest. Very nice. Really cool looking demon skull on the front of this one. Absolutely fantastic. And again, look at all the molded detailing. They have kind of gone all out on this. I wish they took this much care with some of the Transformers they do. There's more molded detailing on this treasure chest box than there is on some of my Transformers. So yeah, really, really well done. Corners not cut, which is something that I wasn't expecting to be able to say, if I'm honest. I thought that some of these things I'd be looking at going, oh, well, they've cut a few corners there, but even down to this rat. I mean, if I bring the rat a little closer, you can see they've really molded this dude out pretty well. And if I look at it from a point of view of maybe the kind of teeny tiny prime that we got with the Ark, you know, the detailing on this dude compared to this dude who looks like he's melted. They definitely spent more time on this, whoop, focus, than they did on this. Next up, I think we have... Is this an apothecary table? Is it? I'm not sure. Someone let me know down in the comments, or I guess I can look in the instructions on what this is. But it's a beautiful looking table with some scales. I think it is the apothecary table, right? Very, very cool. These are kind of rubber, so they might not break off. But again, I think this was card in the original one, so it's good to see again that they've made this out of really sturdy, nice plastic here. Next up, we have the weapons stand, and the weapons stand... Ooh. Okay, so I'm a little bit concerned about the weapons stand, getting it out, because it's a little bit rubbery. It's a rubbery. So it is a little bit rubbery. You can see there is a little bit of bend and flex in this. I hope it will stay level over time. Getting it in and out of there, it is gripped quite tightly. This, I can't wait to kind of paint up this. And this again was cardboard in the original. The back here, they haven't forgotten too much about the back of this. There is some molded detail here on the back of the shield and on the back of the wood as well. So again, pretty nice. I'm just hoping, again, this so far for me is the most challenging one. We can see that it's not quite straight, and I'm just hoping it really keeps its shape. Let's try it, see if it'll stand up. Yeah, it stands up okay. Let's just hope that it keeps its shape over time, or I can find a way to secure it in the box without the need to stretch it. You can see even in the box it wants to stretch it over a little bit too much. I'll have to try and find a better way to display that one. We also get 2 of these tables. A little bit of molded challenging there on this table, but again, very, very nice, very cool. Molded detailing all the way through, all the way down to the little ripples in the side. So cool. Oh, I'm loving it. Loving the fact that I finally have this. Awesome looking chair. Very, very cool. Again, this was card, I think, in the original. Leather look on the back of that one with the engravings and the markings on the side, all the way down to the little faces here on the front and down the bottom here. A little bit of engraving on the back. Again, they haven't forgot about it, but this is not great here on mine. You can see where it's busted a little bit. It looks like during the molding process there's been a few challenges here on mine. I probably can cover that up with some paint. Structurally it still seems quite strong, but yeah, that's just a bit of a weak spot on the back of the chair. Hopefully paint will cover up its ails, but yeah, very, very cool. Ah, these are winged. So if you look there, you can see then on the back, they've got their wings going towards the back. And again, we have some more molded detail in here. Beautiful chair. Shame about the back. Next up, we have the old torture rack. So the torture rack here is looking sweet. This I do remember being brown, looking very different, being a bit longer. I think it was a mix of card and plastic in the original. Doesn't work or rotate, and these are a little bit bendy, but yeah, that looks cool. Very, very stone looking though, so I'll probably have to try and get some paint in here for the brown, and then I'll also have to get some kind of different color here for the chain, but that looks cool. Molded wise, this is absolutely beautiful. Little manacles and shackles and skeleton hands there as well. Very, very cool piece. And then finally we get to check a look at, come here you. This is the kind of altar type thing with the book on and the 2 candles. I remember something about these 2 candles in one of the quests. My mind is coming back to me a little bit, and again, this I believe was card originally. I hope these 2 candles take the test of time because they are rubber. I hope they don't start to bend. Everything grips very well within this, but I just hope that over time it doesn't grip too much, so I might find a different way to store everything, even though this is beautiful. I remember with my last Heroquest, I bought like my dad built or made me a wooden toolbox to keep everything in. Maybe I'll take the same approach with this one. Very cool looking though. Again, molded detail in here for the drawers, the book, and the candles. All the way around this kind of stone plinth that it sits on, and then this molded detail in here. Next up, we have all of the cards for the game. So again, we'll just rip this off very, very quickly. And we have the Heroquest cards. So if we separate all these out, these are the quest cards. So these are cards to do with your characters. So we have Barbarian, Dwarf, Elf, and the Wizard, and then some other stuff that's going on. I think this is just similar to what's on the back of Zargon. This is just a reminder for you of how to use your characters. So that again, very, very cool. Heroquest cards. Then we should have the wizard cards, the artifact cards, the equipment cards, and then we have the spells themselves. So these are the dread spells. Awesome artwork on those. And then we have fire, air, treasure cards. If we look at this as well, this really is what reminds me of Heroquest, this kind of line drawing of what you find in stuff. That is so cool. Fire spells, earth spells, these have changed. They've completely changed the artwork on these. Don't know where I am with these. Not sure. Cool in a way. I'm going to say not as cool as the originals. I'm going to say it's okay, it's different, but I don't think it's as cool as the originals. Let me know your thoughts on those ones down in the comments, because, yeah, again, I think that's going to be a bit of a point of contention with this game, with the art style. I know already has been, but yeah, I mean, these cards as well, these are all for all of the mummies and all of the different dread warriors and things like that. This is all for Zargon, and then the artifacts that you have within each one as well for the wizard and everybody else. Very, very cool set of cards there. The cards feel like great quality cards, I have to say. These feel like very strong quality cards, very similar to the original because they felt like it as well. And then your character sheets. Character sheets, get your photocopier out as well, because when your character dies, they are deceased, they are no more, they have gone to meet their maker. So this is a permadeath game, so you may need to recreate your own characters or a new character at any point. Your character's name, what they roll for attack, what they roll for defense, body and mind points, armor points, quest, and then gold coins and other potions and stuff that you write down so you can remember what each one has. I do think the original one had a few more things. I can't remember what, but I'm pretty sure they did. And then how many quests each one has completed from 1 to 14. And then obviously we can also expand on to Kellar's Keep, and also going on to Return of the Witchlord with this. Absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. Now for the second one, and I definitely think that the second one is going to have some figures in. Let's check a look and find out. This is just the same from an artwork point of view and what's on the back. And yes, here we go. Here's all the miniatures that we were waiting for. Amazing. Okay, so let's check a look at this wizard to start with. So the wizard here, really nice. Beautiful looking wizard there with the half moon, or yeah, half moon staff here. Nice cloak at the back. Again, I'll paint and ruin all of these figures probably, but the detail in here looks very, very cool. Even down to the face, you can see there's quite a nice amount of molded detail in there on the face of the wizard. Then we will move on to the elf. So the elf here, very cool looking elf. The figures themselves, I'm going to say it, don't feel as strong quality-wise as the original. I'm going to say it because they feel... The original ones was very solid. If you've ever had Games Workshop miniatures, you know they feel very, very solid. This one, and you can see by the way that she seems to be stood a little bit forward because of the way she's been in the box, these feel a little bit rubber. Maybe that's the design that they wanted to go with, but as nicely molded they are, they don't feel as quality. Certainly these heroes don't, as the originals, who felt very, very solid. Looking at this, molded detail in here on the swords. Really cool, nice armor popping off here as well. The hair or the cloak here at the back as well, looking really cool. And then all these kind of molded detailing, and also this kind of bustier armor going on down the bottom with the awesome looking boots as well. Elf looks sweet. Elf looks really cool. The molded detailing on these is much better than the original, but I will say, like I say, that the figures themselves do feel a little bit more rubbery, and I'm disappointed. I think I see quite, the stretch marks already, the stress marks, just from them being in the packet, which is, again, yeah, not ideal. But you can see a really cool face here. The beard looking absolutely awesome. This dude is getting a massive ginger beard, of course. The axe looks cool with all of the dwarven runes in the side as well, and this kind of mail mesh armor at the back. You can see the chain link really looking cool, and he's got some very nice spiked up shoulder pads there as well. Dwarf so far, and this is my character. This is the dude I used to play as. He looks the best so far. I'm just going to say it. Probably going to go with Dwarf again when I play as this character. Go on, get back in there, you. Okay, next up, we'll check a look at the Barbarian. Let's try popping him out from the other side, because I am really concerned that if I don't try and pop him out from the other side, that his... Yeah, there we go. That his feet might have stretched a little. They haven't. He is on his tippy toes. He's not as solid, obviously, as the Barbarian from olden days. He was in a much sturdier position, similar to this, but he was less positioned. You can see this is actually not a solid molded figure like the other ones. You can see he's been molded, so he's had this piece attached on afterwards. And yeah, I'm not sure if this should all be there. Maybe this is part of the sword. I'm not sure if this has just been kind of laid on or left on, but it looks a little bit scruffy around the sides, and it doesn't look like it's been cut 100% properly. The sword is a little bit bent out of the box, to see if I can get that back. So it's not as solid, like I say. It doesn't feel as solid as the original ones, but does look very, very cool. Nice hair, nice on the back here as well, just on his fists, and some really great molded detailing here on the foot with his little sandals on as well. Very, very cool. Molded right to the stand, and we'll have to just get some paint on the rock. So these are the Abominations, and these are pretty cool as well. I don't remember these from the old one. It could be my brain misremembering things, but I don't really remember Abominations from the original one. But they look super cool, kind of merman creatures, spiky fishy teeth, and a big fin at the back, and again big fins on the arms. A bit of glue showing there, just showing again, this is not a one-piece molded figure. These have been glued together, so they're looking pretty nice though. Again, a little bent here on the staff because of the way that they are in here, which again leads me to believe that I need to find a different way to store all of these creatures and these figures to keep them looking as premium as possible. But yeah, overall, that looks pretty dope. We also have then Orcs, and Orcs come in multitude of varieties. Now I just remember them having maces or a knife above their head, but for these ones we now get a female orc that looks something a little bit like this, which is pretty cool. Flowing hair, some armor, and an aggressive looking sword. And then we also get another female orc who looks a little bit like this with a mace and is pretty angry looking, with some flowing hair there at the top as well. Armor all over it as well. The hair is very cool, and I don't mind the face sculpt on this one at all as well. The hand looks a little bit melted. If I'm honest, the hand sculpt there does look a little bit melted, but overall it's cool. It's a nice design to get something a little bit different for the orcs. I'm a little bit concerned again about the way that this lives inside here without damaging the figures. Once I want them to go back, how should that go in? Alright, okay, like that one. And then we also get two versions of a male orc, one with his sword hung over his head, Nice sculpting here on the face with the teeth going up. Not quite as big or easy to paint as the old orcs that came. This is kind of looking a little bit more like a Lord of the Rings style orc rather than a Games Workshop orc, again for obvious reasons. And then we have the armor on the back, the armor on the legs, and the, let's be fair, melty looking hand. And then we also get the orcs in a different pose here as well. Come on. And that pose here is of him running after somebody with an axe, ready to impale it in somebody's forehead. And again, this one's probably the worst face sculpt that I've seen. Maybe it'll look a little bit better or worse when I paint it up, but he's got a bit of a melty face. If I'm honest, the teeth aren't quite as prominent as I would like on this. The axe looks great. Very clean, very nice, and overall I like the pose of this one, but from a facial features point of view, he's probably the weakest of all of them so far, which is unfortunate. Goblins, then we also get goblins, and here we're getting 3 different goblins. So these goblins have very nice facial features. This is a great head sculpt, really big, evil looking grin. Nice little chopper there as well in a running pose. Those lovely looking ears coming out as well. Absolutely awesome. And that cloak that just kind of hangs down there as well. And some molded detailing even there on the shin pads, knee pads, sorry, with his like a face kind of demon looking thing with some hair on the knee pads as well, which is really cool. And then we get this one, female looking goblin here as well with little knives. Nice, again, very nice looking face here, but not as good as the other one in all honesty. This one also has some earrings and then has this kind of flowing skirt effect on the background as well. Nice. And then we grab the final orc. So the final orc that we have has a little knife and his hand in the air. And again, the face on this one is okay, but not as good as the other one. I'll check a look at all of the others as well to see if they match up. But overall, not bad. Then we'll check a look at the skeleton. Really cool looking skeleton. Very skeleton looking skeleton. And almost mimics the way that they looked in the original Heroquest. This was much higher and more prominent. One thing I will say about these is they're not as easy to paint for first time painters or amateur painters like myself. The detailing was very prominent on the ones that came originally from the Games Workshop. This, you're going to struggle to really paint in between that rib cage. If you see how close the kind of bones are here, come on, focus. If you see how close the bones are here, it's going to be a real challenge to get in there and paint, especially for someone like me who can't really paint too well. But I do like the way that this is kind of shaped more now, like almost like a bat's wing. Very cool. And then finally we get to the standout piece that should probably have his axe more like this, and again, because of the way that the box is, has molded it a little bit to this one. Okay, and this is the Gargoyle. So the Gargoyle here looks pretty cool, pretty reminiscent again of the original one, but obviously there is parts of this where they had to make it look different because the other one was definitely looking like a Demon of Corn. And I remember that you had to attach the wings for the Demon of Corn and the head separately, had to glue those together. This is not one piece. This has been glued together but done for you before it's actually come, and I think this is good. This is great. This isn't as nice maybe as the original one that we got in Heroquest, but it is a beautiful looking Gargoyle. I can't wait again to paint this dude up. This dude does have a lot more molded detail than the original. Really cool looking face, but again, quite a small face versus the way that the old one was, where it was easy to paint and quite prominent features on everything. The armor here looks pretty cool and will look awesome once I put everything together. Nice molded detail in here on the back of the wings as well. Really cool Gargoyle. Just wish they packed it a lot better so that these things, here we go, so that should actually be in there, but it slipped out, which is why it was painted down. So check a look on that one. And then finally we get to check a look at the Witchlord here, or the Skeleton Sorcerer, whichever one you want to call this dude. Pretty cool. Very different to the original one we got. Again, that did have a skull face and it had that kind of ball in the middle here, and his hands were kind of splayed out. But this dude looks really good. This is actually one of my favorite ones. I think the way that they've done this is very, very nice. Molded detail in all the way around this kind of chain area here, and molded detail in all the way down the bottom. Very, very, very nice. Nice all the way down to the cloak at the bottom that is separating everything, and then that wooden staff here. Nice. Within the set as well, we get the classic Heroquest dice with the skulls and the shield. So these are your attack dice. So this controls how much you can attack or defend with, and then you also get the normal dice that will choose how far you can roll. Bit of a shame on this one, I'll be honest, that they have gone with plastic die for all of this. In the original one, these were wood, and that really did add to the flavour of the game. I think when you were playing with it, you're playing with wooden dice, which was just really, really nice. But they've gone with plastic. Yeah, I understand why. Modernise it up, but no, those wooden dice were cool from back in the day. Okay, so that's everything that you get with the main game system. So if you didn't pick up the Mythic tier, that's everything you're getting. If you picked up the Mythic tier, you will also get this one, which has 4 extra heroes, 18 miniatures, 6 white combat dice, 14 game cards, 4 character cards, 3 quest books, and heroic contents. So let's check a look and open this bad boy up. On the top here we get Heroquest, and this time we're just getting the Barbarian on his own. On the back we do get, and we'll check a look at this as well. On the back we do get a dragon. So have a look at this one. Look at that. Outstanding artwork for this dragon piece that we get in here, which is part of this add-on quest book that we got. So that's nice. I can't wait to look at that. Opening up this then, and we can see what we can see in here. So none of this I understand, because this is all new stuff. So this is what I was saying about how they flip out and change out the inside of that board. So you put pieces like this down just to make the board look different. These look like new traps, new spells, and there we go. Look at that. That's what I mean by changing out the board. You can put pieces like this down just to make the board look a little different. Very, very, very cool. Love the big luminous pictures going on there. We get even more combat dice. Again, same combat dice, but still plastic. Shame they didn't put the wooden dice in with the Mythic tier. We have the Spirit Queen Torment quest book. We have the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness. And then we also have the Prophecy of Telor. Telor? Not Man-at-Arms? Telor. So I'm not going to look at any of these because these all come after the main one, but they're the 3 quest books that you get. Again, like I say, if you plan on never being Zargon, don't read these because you'll only ruin your own time with the game. I never play as Zargon, so I'm really not going to have too much of a look at those. 6 extra combat die, as we can see, plus a load of miniatures. We get these cards in here as well, and these will be because within this there is a whole load of new characters. Now this is a new playable character. This is a new playable character called the Bard, and let's see if we can see the Bard when we look in here. By the way, everything is color coded as well, so you know orcs are green, Some of the Dread characters are grey. Your hero characters are all red. And then you have the other characters as well. The more skeletal characters are like white and stuff. So the Bard, as we know, is a playable Orc. And we can see here that the Bard looks a little bit like this. So that's a nice looking figure. Pretty cool looking head sculpt. Mandolin. Mandolin, is it? I'm sure someone will tell me what instrument that is. I'm pretty sure it's a mandolin on the back. And a little sword with his foot up on a treasure box. Very cool. With his hand on his heart, probably giving it a little bit of the sing-song. We can see that he rolls with a 2 attack dice, and then he has a starting weapon of a rapier, and then there's a little bit here of a character bio for the Bard as well on the back. So that's cool. So that's the Bard, brand new character. Next up, we can check a look at the Warlock. So the Warlock is also a brand new playable character. Is this the Warlock? I think this one's the Warlock, right? Am I right? Or is this? Yeah, this is the Warlock. So this is the Warlock. So you can tell this is the first time I am not prepped for this at all. So this is the Warlock. Attacks with 2 dice, defend with 2, body 4, mind 5, and then we can see there's another little character bio here on the back. Pretty nice looking figure. If the hands do look a little bit emphasized, ribbon coming out the back. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays. Obviously I've never played with any of these. I was pretty much always the dwarf, so it'll be interesting to see how these play versus some of the older characters. You also get within this the Druid. So the Druid here will be the pretty cool, nice looking Druid. Again, new character. Attack dice 1, defend with 2, body 6, mind 4, movement 2 red dice, and your starting weapon on this one is just a puny little dagger, and then you can see at the back plenty of molded detail in, and a staff that goes all the way around. I would imagine that the Druid has quite a lot of magic on the go, which is why they're so low on attack dice and things like that. We also get a different character model for the Wizard. So this is a very different looking wizard here, and if I pull this out, we can see that the wizard here has the spell book, and this actually looks a lot more like Zargon. Actually, I don't know if Zargon is a playable character. I don't know, but there's loads of stuff on the go here. Lots of nice little elements like the molded detail in here on the back, the big high coat, and of course the awesome looking beard. I'm not sure what's going on here on why you need to play as this one. Maybe it's in one of the other books. I need to read up on this, but yeah, looks like Zargon, right? So we can then go through and we can see we have artifact cards. Warlock has some spells. We get some new equipment. The Bard actually has spells as well. More equipment cards. And the Druid has spells as well. And each one of those has some fancy, nice looking artwork. And as you'd expect, the Druid has more kind of earthbound, druidy type spells. Next up, we're going to take a look at the more Dread Knight. So this time they've got a sword rather than the big mace. This dude looks cool. A bit gappy. Little bit gappy. His neck just seems to have already been pre-severed for us. Lovely flowing cloak here with a nice sword. I do love these new shields. These shields with this face on really do just popping off here, looking absolutely epic, and the armor as well is pretty nicely detailed. I'm loving the look on the Dread Warriors. We also get this. These are your zombies, so your shambling zombies here. Cool looking female shambling zombie, which is rather cool. And then we get another skeletal warrior, different type of skeletal warrior here with the sword hanging down. Again, maybe looking a little bit more like something from Pirates of the Caribbean rather than some of the Heroquest, or maybe even Indiana Jones or something. But yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. We get another variation on that kind of wizardy woman. This time, maybe this is an evil wizard, like the female version of the evil wizard, which is pretty nice. I do like the way that this character looks as well. Be interested to see how they fit into everything. We definitely get another version of what essentially is the Witchlord. This is going to be a challenge to get this one out. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So the Witchlord type character here, very nice. This one is super cool. Again, more kind of chainmail armor. Really nice looking staff here with the bat area here at the top, and I love this big helmet here. Very cool. Really nice the way that hangs down as well. Yeah, this is a very cool looking miniature. The more I look at these, the more I think, should I paint? Is this above my painting level? Yeah, definitely. It's not a wall. Anything that isn't a wall is above the level that I could paint at, right? We then get this separate orc with a big hammer, mashing everything up with that big old hammer. Very, very cool. Face sculpt on this one. Yeah, face sculpt on this one is pretty cool. The orcs seem to be suffering the most from face sculpts, but this is a pretty nifty, nice looking face sculpt here. Woo, nice. Then we get some more Abominations as well. This is solid. Oh, nice. This is the most solid figure that I have felt so far, but I do think that dragon is probably going to feel a lot more solid. But this feels like one of the old Heroquest lines. This is a solid Abomination, covered in boils and pus and barnacles and all kinds of stuff. Tentacle type dreadlock things sticking out the back and those webbed fingers as well. Face sculpt, sharp teeth, really close together eyes. Very, very cool. Next up, I think, is the female goblin. So I think this is another female goblin. Little gappy here. Again, once I paint it, it shouldn't look so gappy when I do it. But this has got some really cool melee combat weapons. Focus. Come on. You can do it. Focus. Some really cool looking melee weapons here, just right on the hands. Some very sharp spikes there, ready to go to war with the heroes of this game. Cool. So many different variations when you get this version. It's a really nice the way that they've done it. Another zombie. More of a mummy. The mummies, of course. The mummies. I completely forgot about the mummies. There were some really cool mummies in the original Heroquest. Kind of had their arms out to the side with their bandages handing down. So with this one, we also get some mummies now. Very cool. Completely forgot that they were missing. Yeah, I guess the Abominations may have replaced them. I'm not sure. Then we get this dragon sculpt. Very, very cool. So this is for the dragon element within the quest book. Very, very cool. Multiple pieces put together. Definitely needs some paint, but look at all of this molded detailing. Skulls, all of the wings, the spine coming down the back as well. That head sculpt with the massive teeth. Fantastic. Again, quite a heavy piece. Quite a heavy looking piece here. Really cool. Finally, we get another variation, I believe, on the Gargoyle. Yeah, this one's alright. Definitely a variation on the Gargoyle. The head sculpt is different. Looks okay. But I think I do prefer the other one. This one's got a bit of a beard going on. And no weapons. Gargoyle's got to have weapons, right? I guess his claws are badass weapons, but yeah. I prefer my gargoyles with weapons. So, nice. I'll paint him up. Maybe I'll have my first attempt at painting on this one because I'm not as bothered. I'll see how far I can get. I definitely won't be using that one. so we can check and see what my painting skills are like. So inside this one, I was wondering where these were. There's 5 miniatures and 4 character cards inside here, and what is cool with this, and it's expressed a little bit on the back, is that we have the female versions or the male versions of all the characters in the game. So this is pretty good. You don't get them for the new ones, unfortunately, but for all your classic ones, you've got your female barbarian, and now a female dwarf, a male elf, and a female wizard. So you can see the model itself. We've got a cool looking female dwarf here now, which is awesome, with the long kind of dreadlocked hair as well. That's fantastic. We get this one here, which is the female look on the wizard. We also get this one here is the male elf, which is very similar to the female elf with all the swords and everything. It's just got a slightly different head sculpt, I believe. The female barbarian is sweet and not really put together the best, so again I'll have to tidy that up with some paintwork here, but it is sweet looking. I like this. The female barbarian, so Red Sonja, I guess. If the other one is Conan, then this one would be Red Sonja, I guess, but that is looking outstanding. Scars on the side, on the back, some real good engraving here on the sword, but a similar challenge with the sword here. I'm not sure if it was cut correctly. And then we get this old dude. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look what this is. I'm not sure. Is it a druid? I don't know. Maybe he's lost. Lost? Oh, is he a knight? I'm not sure what this dude is. Somebody let me know down in the comments. What's this? Now we can move on to Return of the Witchlord. So this is one of the expansion packs for the game. You get this with the Mythic tier, and the artwork on this is a variation, but just how I remember it, and it is fantastic. This is one of my favorite artworks from the whole game. It's basically the core of the Witchlord. You see the Witchlord sat there on their throne with the Barbarian in chains, while the rest of the skeletal army looks on in the background. So we have Heroquest, we have Return of the Witchlord quest pack, we have Return of the Witchlord quest pack, we have what's inside, and we check a look at that, and it's skeletal, skeleton, 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 and a skeleton, and another skeleton, and some mummies. So we get doors, mummies, skeletons, and then the quest book as well. And on the back we get Heroquest. So let's check a look at this one. And again, let's crack the side open, and we crack the side open here as well. Did I get all the tape on this side? Yep. Nope. Right. And then we go that vacuum again. There we go. So now all the quest books we know kind of look like this. And is it safe to open the front? Yes, the front will tell you all about the Alchemist shop and new stuff, and the Return of the Witchlord quest book. I'm not going to go too deep into this because again this is set after the original one, so we'll check a look on this one maybe when we get to this in real life. We get to check a look at what's inside here, and again, this is, I remember this. This is the biggest thing I remember from Return of the Witchlord, because this was the first one that changed the inside of everything. So we open this up and we get some more pit traps, we get some clockwork stuff, we get some graves, we get all kinds of really cool stuff. With that one, we get some new monster cards, and we get some new equipment cards. No monster cards? No, because they're all in the old ones. So it's new artifacts and new equipment cards. Again, not going to spoil anything. This is literally just an unboxing. We get a brand new door. A door of doom. Really cool looking door with those awesome looking fangs. Again, on both sides, molded with the awesome brickwork all the way around it as well. Fantastic. The molding on these doors is superior. This door, I don't believe is any different to the... Oh no, maybe it's a little different. Yeah, the outside is different on this door to the other ones, because the other ones had that little face up there, so that is different. The skeletal army that we get is no different here from the ones that were in the other box. So if I just maybe check a look and see if there is anything that is different. Yeah, we get this zombie dude with his sword and shield. That's a little bit different. Oh, he does look in pain. He's got some hair, that's why. So he's got some hair. He's got a really cool looking shield. The sword that goes down, and these pants. There's some great detailing here on the pants to make it all look a little bit ripped. Very cool looking detail on that one. And then we also get the mummy. Now this is closer to the way that the mummies were in the original. They had their arms out a little bit more, but they definitely had this kind of tail coming down on the original one. And I like the way that this has been molded, because this is kind of if it were a little bit bigger, I'd be able to paint this easier, but looks like this is going to be an easier mummy to paint. Certainly much easier than those other skeletal ones. The head sculpt is it looks in pain, but I guess he's supposed to look in pain. And finally, we get to Kellar's Keep. So Kellar's Keep is another expansion pack that you get with this Mythic tier. You get so much with this Mythic tier. This is the Kellar's Keep quest pack expansion for Heroquest games. Again, awesome artwork. At the top, we get Heroquest. At the side, we get Heroquest. At the bottom, we get Australia. All right. Then at the back side, we get Heroquest, and on the back, we now get a look at some different things that come with this one. So all we can see here that's going to be really different is not too much really. This is one's full of Orcs and Abominations and Goblins, so not much is actually going to be too different in this one, which is different to what I remember from Kellar's Keep. So opening this bad boy up, I always forget to do two of them. I always do the side ones and then forget to do the top ones. But opening this bad boy up, come on, that vacuum again. Oh, come on. Is it not come unstuck? So we check a look at the inside of this one now, and we can see all of the new features on this one. They are outstanding, really nice. Again, I remember this one from back in the day, plus the bottom of this fireplace, this broken piece of wood here. And then we also have some kind of trapdoor features and some other traps as well. Only one-sided print on this one though. I remember this so well. Very cool. The figures on the inside of this one are nothing new, apart from we get a new weapon with this one. He has a trident type weapon. Did he have that on the other one? Maybe. I thought it was shaped slightly differently, but everything else is the same, which I do think is a little bit of a shame that they've just kind of used the same moldings for these ones. They could have done something a little different for this pack. We get that door. We already had that door, and we get this door here, which again is the same. So unfortunately with this one, nothing really new, but we do get some new, come on, open, equipment cards and artifact cards. So that was my unboxing for Heroquest. So this was my unboxing for the Mythic tier version. This was everything that you get. I'm going to have a few games of it, and then I'll probably do a little bit of an update on what I think of it versus what I remember playing it and what the changes are like. There is also an app. So there is also a companion app that looks a little bit like this, that as you can see, I am currently downloading. Once I've downloaded it and I've played a few games, one of them at least using this, I'll let you know what I think of the companion app Zargon as well, and we'll see how that all works out. But until then, let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Have you picked this up? Has my video inspired you to pick this up? This has absolutely made my day. I did not expect this to turn up today. This is the game I've been waiting for. I'm super pumped to get painting and playing this game. So let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!